D-Lo for boxing. All right, y'all. So the WBC has mandated a bout between Tony Superbad Harrison and Sebastian the Towering Inferno Fundora. For the WBC, this will be for the WBC title held by Charlo, the undisputed champion at 154. This is a bout that has been kicked around for quite some time, as both guys are with the PBC, and this is a fight that was talked about, I'd say probably about 8 months to a year ago. Both of these guys have fought Sergio Garcia. Some people felt like Sebastian Fundora arguably lost to Garcia, and Tony Harrison pretty much made easy work of Garcia. But that doesn't imply how a fight between the two would play out. Just putting that out there, that they do have a very recent common opponent. We see Fundora, get a big win over Lubin. He got a win his last fight. He got a win over what's his name? Ocampo. Got a win over Ocampo. And like I said, Tony Harrison, he was bouncing back from he's had 2 fights, if I'm not mistaken, since he lost the title to Charlo in their rematch. I can't remember off the top of my head the first fight he had back after losing his father, and he had his one fight back without his first fight back without his father in his corner as trainer. He did not look so well, didn't look so good, excuse me, but he did look a lot better against Sergio Garcia. And Garcia's not an easy guy to look good against, as shown in the Sebastian Fundora fight. But that said, stylistically, this is gonna be a total different look for both guys than anything they've seen recently. Sebastian Fundora, definitely an extremely tall guy for the 154-pound division. That's obvious. And Tony Harrison is a very skilled guy. I think between the two of them, the fight would gel I think it would gel very well. I think we'd be in for a really good fight. The implications of this fight, as I said, would be that the winner would be in line to get a fight for the WBC title. Something that, I'm sure both guys have had their eyes on for a minute now. Tony Harrison definitely, after losing it, would like to get an opportunity to get it back. The one thing I will say is that we already know that Charlo has to fight his mandatory, I think it's for the WBO in Tim Tszyu, which should happen in January. And then we have no idea when that WBC mandate would be called. Should this fight happen and the winner get the opportunity to be named mandatory, we don't know when that fight will be mandated. But first things first, let's see if they can make this fight. It should be an easy fight to make. Alicia Baumgartner went to the convention and spoke on behalf of Tony Harrison and basically petitioned for them to make this fight a mandatory, to basically make this fight a title eliminator, mandate the fight as a mandatory eliminator. So that implies that the Harrison side definitely wants to fight. Sebastian Fundora, from my understanding, his team is welcoming the fight as well. So you would think that with both parties, both sides being in the PBC or involved with PBC, that it'll be easy for them to go to the powers that be and request this fight, and they could get the fight made. Both guys, like I said, both guys have been recently have been active, and I'm sure they like to stay active, and I'm sure they like to face each other for the opportunity for this title limit to become mandatory and get a shot at the title. So I think we'll get this fight. I think of all the fights that the WBC mandated as title eliminators, this is one of them that I think has a very high probability of happening next. But that's all I got on D-Lo for boxing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Peace.